right here on your number one radio station, Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. I am Cassandra Yunumbe, your media chick, and now we are going to be having a very special hour, or should I say moment rather, with Mrs. Rosalind Ogbeche. She is the MD and owner of Albyn Swim Academy. Good evening, Mom, and thank you so much for coming.
Good evening. Thank you for having us back.
All right. Yes, the second time, but my first time of hosting
yes,
you.
Absolutely.
Actually. Yes. Okay, so Albyn Swim Academy is Nigeria's first private indoor heated swim academy based here in Abuja. And you might be wondering, we are not even in the West, so why is swim academy? What are we swimming about? But you'll definitely be finding out why you should key into this swim academy by the time we are done with this conversation with the MD and owner. Now I see a woman that is not just, I don't even know how, she looks very fit. So you will definitely understand that, I got to know that swimming is not just a fun activity, it is a fitness activity. And I think looking at you, it just shows that this woman knows what she's doing.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we really cannot wait to know more about your institution and what you do at the academy. I know I've already given a little bit about it, saying that it's the first.
Yes.
Being a pace setter is such a big deal.
It is.
All right. So now, tell us a bit about Albyn Swim Center.
Okay, so thanks again for having me and all the wonderful compliments. I think this conversation is going to be delightful at this point.
Of course.
Right, so Albyn Swim Academy is Nigeria's first indoor heated swim academy. And the reason why we built the academy was because we researched and found out that according to World Health Organization, drowning is the third cause of unintentional injury death worldwide, accounting for about 360,000 deaths annually. And the World Health Organization at the time even described it as the leading killer, with most people likely to die from drowning between the ages of 0 to 14. So we thought it's something that we could do and build and put into our country, a private indoor heated, just like it's done outside the country, that makes the lessons easier, so that we can teach people to swim and prevent the incidents of drowning.
I like the perspective. It's like a survival thing for you, ensuring that everyone is included. It's about inclusivity and safety first for you. Now, let's understand who should learn to swim and why. What are the target groups for this water safety and survival thing that your academy has got in place?
Excellent. So the base, the core of Albyn Swim Academy is water safety and survival skills. That is the first thing we want to do. Again, prevent the incidents of drowning so that we can reduce the rates of death country, floods, kids falling into pools, people using water transport. There are so many reasons why people will be in water, near the water, beside the water, and incidents could happen. So who should learn to swim in this instance? Every single person. Everybody must learn to swim, even though the ages that are most likely to drown are from 0 to 14. But we know that from 15 to 100 plus, you could still end up dying from drowning. So everybody at the Swim Academy, we start teaching from 6 months old. Ooh. Yes, we start teaching babies from 6 months old. Catch them youngest. And it was difficult initially to get people on board to acclimatize, to bring their babies at that age. But now we have over 50 babies that are learning to swim at that age. The oldest is 87 years old with his wife, who is 85 years old. So it's a broad range. There is no age that is too old or too young to start to learn to swim.
So with the Albyn Swim Academy, age is but a number. Age is but a number. I hope you can hear that. Please, you have to learn to, because we've had very sad incidents where babies have drowned because their parents were not there. But if something like this was in place, I believe that the situation would have been averted. So,
and we'll talk about that in a bit.
Of course. So now, what is your take on swimming being referred to as a leisure sport? I know I mentioned it earlier.
Yes, you did. And when you did, I went, oh. So, yes, it is a leisure sport. And it is for leisure and it's for fun. But first and foremost, it's for survival.
Yeah.
It's to prevent the incidents of drowning. It's to prevent you from dying by drowning. And it's to help you teach and prevent your loved ones from drowning. So when people say it's a leisure sport, I agree, yes, it's for leisure, it's for fun, but first and foremost, it's a life skill. Now, it's not because we shouldn't learn to swim out of interest. It shouldn't be an extracurricular activity. It shouldn't just be for fun, but we should learn the elements of water safety and survival. So if somebody falls into water, a baby, for instance, falls into a pool, goes to a pool, how can they survive long enough to be found? What can they do? What we teach you is that when you fall into a pool, what are the first things you do? How to turn on your back so you float, how to breathe, how to endure, how to doggy paddle, how to crawl, look around for safety and crawl there. We make sure that the first thing you do is that if you find yourself in water, that you're able to survive, you're able to turn around, you're able to hold on for as long as you can. Even the process of swimming, how do you swim without exerting too much energy so you can conserve your energy for as long as possible? So it is, first of all, water safety and survival. And then we go to the element of sport, where now we want to take the academy to the Olympics. We have a lot of strong people here that can do things like that. So we're now thinking of the sporting element. We also teach professionally and technically because we're affiliated with the official Olympics training body in the world.
Big name.
Yes. So that's the next thing is for sports. And then as you begin to learn the sport, then you've learned your strokes, then you've learned water safety and survival. And then you can swim for leisure. And the fun element is there.
First of all, you need to understand that it is a survival tactic for you. It is not just something you do because it's just for fun. It is something for your survival. And the way you've been saying it, I now see the need. I've never really considered swimming as a thing. And honestly, we don't judge. I don't know how to swim. I'm going to key into this now because honestly, it's a
life skill.
Yes, it is. Because imagine I find myself somewhere and I don't know how to swim. Every other person is trying to save themselves and I'm just here. So what you've said is totally true. So now, for the fact that I'm also one of these persons who do not believe in this, but now you're beginning to get me on, what can be done to spread more awareness and even prevent incidents of drowning?
So that's exactly what we're doing now. We're kind of on a campaign to really talk about it, to make sure that it gets out there that this is a life skill, not an interest. So we're hoping that, it can be embedded in our educational system. One of the campaigns we run is like Water Safety Wednesdays for schools. How can we get schools embedded in? How can our government put it into the school curriculum? So it's not just an extracurricular activity, a swim club, if you don't want to, for interest. We have parents that come to us and say, can I put my child in for 1 or 2 days to see if they like it? We don't do that because it's not for interest. A child may come in one day, may not immediately acclimatize to the water, and then you feel it's not for the child. It should be encouraged. In fact, it should be enforced because it is a life skill. If you take your child to a daycare the first day, the child is going to cry, right? So are you going to say, I'm not going to take my child to school anymore? Not at all. It's unusual. They are scared. They are not used to it. But then when you come to the academy, it's even a parent and baby class for the first baby ages 6 months to 3 years, where the parent is in the pool with the child. It's a bonding session. The child is more comfortable, so the child learns easier.
Okay, so the parents can be there while the child is learning.
Absolutely. From 6 months to 3 years, you are in the pool with the child, holding on to your child, making sure that your child is doing what it needs to do because the child is more comfortable. And the pool is warm, so it's nice and friendly and easier to learn. And then as you get older, you go into the pool by yourself with our swim instructors.
Okay, I think that gives it even more, confidence. The parents will be even more comfortable to allow their children be there. So there is nothing to fear. And I like the fact that you said that even an 87-year-old person is there. I think, some people are wondering, what should I do? Should I just, maybe after retirement, you have to, you are never too old to learn how to swim.
At all.
You are never too old. Okay, now let's go back to how long will it take for someone to learn how to swim?
Okay. So a lot of people ask me this question, how long? That's the first thing I want to know. How long will it take me to swim? And the answer is, it's simple. It will take as long as it takes.
Okay.
Because swimming is something that's an individual skill that people learn differently.
Yeah.
Everybody learns differently. But what I can say is that at Albyn Swim Academy, we bring the best teaching methods because of our affiliations and the programs we run and our consistent training and professional development. We have our program director that comes in from outside the country that teaches our instructors and makes them professionally accredited so that we teach the best. So it takes as long as it takes because you may pick up one skill and then you may not pick up the other. And we want you to pick up every single skill. Now, what we see is if you come in consistently, if you're coming in once a week or twice a week for your lessons, and you're also practicing, because we also have the element where we let our members come and swim for leisure and for free, then we see that the learning process is much faster.
Okay, I like the fact that you understand that people learn differently and you are being very intentional about that aspect. I think it just makes you to stand out, not just as a pay setter, but also an institution that is very intentional about their clients.
Absolutely, that's the key word,
All
intentional.
right. So now to the core of this discussion, because after everything we've said here, how do people reach out to Albyn Swim Academy? That is the part. How do we reach out to you if we want to become swimmers for survival and also to help us be fit?
So exactly, I like to talk about fitness. We also offer water aerobics. We have men's, women's, and mixed water aerobics. So our location is Wuse Zone 5, Accra Street, Park 1, Abuja. Wuse Zone 5, Accra Street, Park 1, Abuja. Our contact numbers, we have 0913 232 5923. That's 0913 232 5923. Our second number, 0814 157 3327. 0814 157 3327. We have our website, www.albynswimacademy.com. We have our Instagram pages, and you'll see all the lovely things we're doing there.
Okay.
It's at Albyn Swim Academy NG.
All right, there's surely evidence to what
There's
Albyn Swim
evidence.
Academy is doing. There is evidence to back that up. Thank you so much, Mrs. Roslyn Ogbeche, MD and owner, Albyn Swim Academy. Now, in case you're wondering how to contact Albyn Swim Academy, you can contact them on 091 3232 5923 or 081 41 513327. And remember, the location is at Wuse Zone 5, Accra Street, Park 1 here in Abuja. And the thing is that everything is digital. You can go to Instagram, go to their website. They're very transparent. Just go there and see everything for yourself, because actually talk is cheap, but these people have got evidence to back up everything they're saying.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, the MD and owner of Albyn Swim Academy.
Thank you so much.
I'm definitely going to key into
You
this
better,
one.
you better.
So that I look fit like yourself, because with what I see here, this one looks amazing. Thank you
I
so much.
exercise, so fitness is part of it. So yes, it's,
Of course, you don't need to say it. The evidence is there. It's all over. Thank you so much. Thank you. We
Thank you
appreciate
for
you for
having
coming
us.
to our station.
We appreciate
We hope
you.
to
Thank
see you again, again, and again.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you very much. All right, there, listener, now you know that swimming is not just for fun. It is a survival skill that you must have. It is very important for your fitness as well. I'm hoping that you are going to key into this. And if you want to key into this, you should be thinking Albyn Swim Academy. Thank you very much, and keep listening to your number one radio experience you can always count on.
Are you guys ready?
Goes sounds like this.
I don't wanna be somebody without your body.
Make sense.